Hello, 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 and welcome back to another video. It is that time of the month again, my favorite time of the month, favorite video to watch and my favorite video to make. It is time to use our TBR jar, choose some prompts that will choose our reads for August. I can't even believe I'm saying August. This year is just flying by. I swear the older you get, the faster the years go. This is looking nice and full. I have done a massive revamp of the TBR jar just in regards to some of the reads that I would like to get to this month. I would love, now let me actually just preface this because I have been in such a series mood lately, like all I just want to read is series books. So I feel like that's going to continue on for the month of August because there is just so many series that I just want to continue and that I want to finish. I would love to get on to the third book of the Caravel series, which is Finale. I would also really like to start this series. What is the series actually called? I can't remember. The Kindred's Curse saga. However, I do have other fantasy series that I do want to finish off first before I start this one. It's the same with Light Luck. I do really want to read that, but I have other series that I want to finish first in the fantasy world. I would love to start the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. Sports romance, I feel like it's just the perfect palette cleanser. I would love to get to this book. It is the last book in the ACOTAR series, and we have just seen recently within the last couple of weeks that Sarah J Maas has actually done the draft for ACOTAR 6. It's in the works and it's coming and I am all here for it. I am just so excited to finally get Nesta and Cassian's story because they are two characters that have really intrigued me. More so Cassian. So that's another one that I would love to get to. As always, out on a limb, let's hope I get a prompt that actually gives me this book. I have been wanting to read this for so long. Did end up on my TBR 1 month, but I think it was a month where I had 12 books and I just didn't get to, this was one of them that I had to put back. I do really want to read that because I also have the second one over here for that series. I would love to continue on the Kings of Sin series. This only just dawned to me because I've just seen that the next book number 6 is coming out soon. Well, it's been announced that it's coming out. It was not clocking to me that these are named after the 7 deadly sins. King of Greed is the next one that I'm up to. I do really enjoy this series. I'm not really a big billionaire romance fan, but Anna Huang's doing this in a way where I'm like, yep, okay, I do like this. Trading the Heart. I can't remember what the name of this actual series is called, but I may or may not have just read the first book. I'm super eager to continue on and keep reading. Really excited to just kind of get straight into this and let's just pick the first prompt. In regards to how many prompts I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to go with 7. I feel like 7 is a very easy number for me and I have kind of been in the mood to do a bit of mood reading as well. Don't get me wrong, with my TBR and having those 7 books, it's definitely mood reading because I've got 7 books to choose from instead of however many. Towards the end of the month, if I've finished and I want to say continue on with some series or I have a book in my mind that I really want to read and I don't want to wait for the prompts, then I can mood read that towards the end of the month. So I think 7 is a good number for August. We are going away with the kids for a couple of nights as well. Don't know how much reading I will actually get done in that either. Hopefully I can get something that's a bit beachy. We are going somewhere towards the beach. Actually, hold on. I also have my Kobo. Just downloaded heaps of books on my Kobo that were like free or $3 maximum and I forgot to bring it in. So hang on, I'll be back. All right, let me just start this up. I have been trying to make use a lot more of my Kobo because it's just been sitting there since March and I've read 1 book off it. A couple of books that I've got on here that are also going to be in the mix to choose from is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I did have this to read in June on my TBR, but then I realized it's actually like the 2nd book or the 3rd, I can't remember, in her standalone interconnected series. I put this one back because I was like, no, I kind of want to read it in order. And yeah, Meet Me at the Lake is the first one. So I've got Meet Me at the Lake. Also, I am a little bit sick, so I am getting a little bit puffed talking just because I can't breathe. So that's that. I've got The Rebel Witch, which is the second book in the duology after Crimson Moth by Kristen Cicerelli. The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. Cash by Jessica Peterson, which is a cowboy romance. I've heard it's steamy. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir, which is the first book in that series. It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan, and The Starlight Hair by Emily Howard. So I have also got those ones to pick in regards to my prompts as well that I will be keeping in mind, because this might be even easier to take away on our holiday than having to take physical books. So I do really want to pick one or two from my Kobo. But let's just get straight into these prompts. Like I said, I've made heaps of new ones, so there is some really good freshies in here. A book that's the same color as your drink. It's my drink at the moment. It's pink, so a pink book. Does that count as pink? No, it really doesn't. Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. That could be one in contention. That's a romance, and I haven't read any of her romance books. I've obviously only read the Empyrean series by her, but little did I know she actually has so many romance books out. Have heard this one is very emotional though. I don't really feel like reading Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. I mean, it's kind of pink. First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I'm going to count that one. Once Upon a Broken Heart, I don't really want to start that series until I finish Caraval series, because everyone has told me that, you know, it is better to read the Caraval series before jumping into Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Let me have a look on here. I definitely could do Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune as well. I feel like I'm going to put this one back. The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. Like, I just don't feel like getting my heart broken at the moment. I'm going to go with Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune because it's pink and it's on here, and I am going to the beach, so maybe that might be something that would be good to read while I'm away. So I'm going to go book 1, Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. Book number 2, continue a series. All right, which one do I want to do for this? Do I want to do this one or this one or this one? Oh, I really should pick this one because it's the last one and then I can start another series afterwards. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make August the month that I finish ACOTAR, and we're gonna go with A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. Like I said before, this is Nesta and Cassian's story, and I have been looking forward to this. I knew that this was coming. Nesta, she really intrigues me. She's just like this powerful, independent woman, and Cassian, he's just Cassian. That's all I have to say, really. But I'll just read you the synopsis. Untamed power, untamed passion. Nesta Archeron has always been quick to anger and slow to forgive. And since the war, she has struggled to find her place at the strange and deadly Night Court. The person who ignites Nesta's temper more than any other is the winged warrior Cassian. But that isn't the only thing he ignites. And when Cassian and Nesta are forced to train in battle together, sparks become flame. As war looms again, Nesta and Cassian must fight monsters from within and without if they are to survive. But the ultimate risk will be searching for acceptance and healing in each other's arms. Love that. So that's book number 2. God, I'm thirsty. All right, prompt number 3. A book with mountains on the cover or spine. Ooh, Cash by Jessica Peterson on here has mountains. That's the only one on there. All right, no mountains. We do have one down here with mountains. Consider Me by Becca Matt. So I have got Cash by Jessica Peterson, or I've got Consider Me by Becca Mack. These are both starting new series. Let's just read the synopsis for both because I really don't know what they're about. So Consider Me by Becca Mack. This is obviously the Playing for Keeps series, and this is the first book. For a shot at love, he'll do whatever it takes. Carter Beckett is the NHL's best player both on and off the ice. His career is at its peak. His team is performing better than ever. There's no shortage of women to spend the night with. What more could he want? Olivia Parker isn't new to professional hockey players thanks to her best friend's boyfriend, but she has no interest in dating one herself, no matter how hot he is. Anyway, she loves working as a teacher and hanging out with her best friend, drama-free. Why would she want to spend her time stroking the ego of an arrogant athlete? But once Carter meets Olivia, he can't think of anyone else. Too bad for him, Olivia is hell-bent on keeping him at an arm's length, with no intention of giving in to his charms. Perhaps it's time for Carter to up his game. After all, nobody ever said he had to play fair. Sparks will fly as Carter does whatever it takes for Olivia to consider him. Now Cash by Jessica Peterson. Like I said, it is cowboy romance. Butting heads leads to knocking boots for city girl Molly Luck and grumpy cowboy Cash Rivers. Molly desperately needs new investment to keep her beloved cowboy boot company afloat when she suddenly inherits her estranged father's sprawling cattle ranch. The catch? Live on the ranch and successfully manage it for a year before she can access her inheritance. Molly can handle moving back to cowboy country, but there's one giant roadblock to her plan. The rancher's gruff foreman, Cash Rivers. Never mind how good he looks in his Wranglers and chaps. He's rude, rowdy, and wants Molly gone. She'd fire him in a heartbeat, but she needs Cash and his strong hands to teach her the ropes. Forced to work together, Molly and Cash are soon having late night conversations beneath the stars and dancing cheek to cheek at the local dive bar. To her surprise, Molly finds herself falling in love with the ranch life and maybe with a certain handsome cowboy too. But with her company and everything she knows back in the city, Molly never meant to stay forever. And you know what they say about cowboys? They may break horses, but they also break hearts. I'm gonna pick Cash by Jessica Peterson. I just love cowboy romance. It is my genre. I absolutely love it. We're up to prompt number 4, and so far I've only got one physical book. We need to get some more physical books now. I'm happy with the amount of digital books I've got. Now I know that when I go away, I only have to take my Kobo. Get a friend to pick a book. Send a picture. Okay. I'm gonna send this to my husband because I know that he's gonna reply straight away. Well, if not straight away, very, 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 very quickly. Pick a book, please. I'm actually just going to keep going ahead with the video until I get a reply. So we'll just pick out the next one, which will be prompt number 5. So we've only got 3 more left. A book that was gifted to you. There is a few on here. The Let Them Theory was gifted to me. This was sent by an author. Does that count as gifted to you? I'm gonna say yes. My husband bought me First Time Caller. My husband also bought me Deep End and Say You'll Remember Me. These are the 4 books that we are gonna choose from. So I think I'm honestly gonna put these 2 back for now. I'm just not getting pulled to them. Just don't know, do I start a non-fiction and get some non-fiction out of the way? Or do I start this one? I really don't know. You know what? I think I'm actually going to pick the Let Them Theory just because, I mean, it's not that long, but with non-fiction, I do tend to always have another book on the go as I'm reading them, and I'll just read like a chapter or 2 as I read them. And I do also want to start the 75 soft or 75 medium in August, and a rule with that is you have to read like 10 pages or something of a non-fiction book, and this will work perfectly. So I think I'm going to go with the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins for that prompt. Prompt number 6. Newest on TBR. What is the newest on here? It is going to be out of these 2. These 2 were bought at the same time. So we've got Training the Heart by Paisley Hope, which is the 2nd book in this series. Or again, we've got Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me. I really want to read this one and continue on the series. And then I also really want to read this one, but I'm like, do I want to break my own heart? But I just think this one has come up twice now. I need to listen to it. I'm obviously getting told that I need to read this one. So we're gonna go with Say You'll Remember Me. This is just going to be a very touch and go book for me because I have heard that it is very emotional, obviously a bit of a deep topic and a real experience of someone going through, seeing their family member go through dementia. And my nan had dementia and passed away with dementia. So this is going to be a real test to get through this one, I think. But it's calling to me and I am going to pick it up. All right, final prompt. Anyway, what do we got here? A fantasy book. I don't really want to start any other new fantasy series. Oh, does this count as fantasy? I don't really have any others. I don't want to start any new series. Oh, this is fantasy. When the Moon Hatched. I don't want to start Spark of Everflame, that series. I don't want to start Light Lark series yet. And I've got Throne of Glass down there, but I'm not starting that until I finish ACOTAR, which I mean I could technically start because I am going to finish that ACOTAR book in August, but that's just too many Sarah J Maas books. Oh, we've got dragons in this book. This is more, I don't know if I would technically call this fantasy. It's definitely fiction, but it's more got magical elements in it. But I just do really want to finish this series. So I think I'm going to choose Finale by Stephanie Garber. This is the 3rd book, and then there is the novella, Spectacular. And then I'll be done with this series. All right, my hubby has replied and he has picked The Striker by Anna Huang. So this is a sports romance by Anna Huang, and I do believe that this is actually a soccer. This is a soccer romance. Let's just read the synopsis. She's the only woman he wants and the only one he can't have. Asha Donovan is a living legend, the darling of Premier League and arguably the greatest footballer in the world. But his reckless behaviour and recent transfer have become a PR nightmare. When a feud with his rival turned teammate costs them the championship, pair are forced to bond during off-season training. Surviving the summer shouldn't be hard until Asha meets their new trainer. She's beautiful, talented, and no matter how hard he tries, he can't take his mind off her. The only problem? She's his rival's sister and completely off limits. Scarlett DuBois is a former prima ballerina whose career was cut short by a tragic accident. Now a teacher at a prestigious dance company, but still haunted by the ghosts of her past, the last thing she wants is to spend the summer cross-training Asha Donovan. She swore she would never date a footballer again, but when she's thrown into dangerously close proximity with the gorgeous, charming striker, all bets are off. Training she can deal with, but falling in love, that's out of the question, especially when he's the only person with the power to break her heart. That one sounds good. Oh, should I pick one more? I feel like I should pick one more. Let's do it. Let's just pick one more. A book with a colour in the title. Oh, got A Court of Silver Flames, which I've already picked. You know what? I'm going to swap. I'm going to swap this one out because this perfectly goes with this. A book with colour in the title. We're going to put A Court of Silver Flames in that one. And I'm going to use this prompt again that did get me A Court of Silver Flames, which is continue a series. So I'm going to pick a series book that I've started. King of Greed by Anna Huang or Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. I'm going to go with Training the Heart just because I've already got a Anna Huang book in here for this month. I just felt like I don't like doing odd numbers. Just feel like I needed that extra one to have balance. Anyway, let's just do a recap. A book the same colour as your drink. Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, which I'll be reading off my Kobo. A book with a colour in the title. A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. A book with mountains on the cover or the spine. Cash by Jessica Peterson, which I will also be reading on my Kobo. Get a Friend to Pick. Send a picture. I sent it to my husband and he chose The Striker by Anna Huang. I honestly did not feel like he would pick that book. I don't know why, but he just saw the soccer. That's what he said. The soccer book. Book that was gifted to you is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. The book newest on your TBR, we are going with Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. A fantasy book. I think that's a bit touch and go, but I make the rules here. I really just want to finish this series, so we went with Finale by Stephanie Garber. Continue on a series, we are going with Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. So there you have it. There is our August TBR. I feel like we have got a very, very big variety in books here yet again, and I am so stoked to get stuck into these books. That is all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video, which will be a reading vlog. So stay tuned for that. Bye.